let's start. And then just to mention, if I do see someone popping up on the screen, I will just need to come over here and just let them into the meeting. And I'll say one more time just before we start, I will be starting standing, and then I'm going to come to lie down on the floor. But if that isn't comfortable, you can sit in the chair. So that's not a problem. Just when we come down to lie on the floor, you just come to sit in the chair. And if you are coming down onto the floor, I do recommend having a chair here anyway, just to use as a prop to help us get up and down. So I'll just give it one more check, and okay, let's begin. So a very warm welcome to everyone from Parkinson's Care and Support UK on World Parkinson's Day. So I'm Charlotte Khan, and I am a specialist yoga instructor for Parkinson's. So most of you know Parkinson's Care and Support UK, but it is the leading charity that focuses solely on the natural remedies and alternative therapies to Parkinson's disease. So with a great emphasis on exercise, on diet, nutrition, and non-pharmaceutical research, Parkinson's Care and Support UK are working really hard to prevent, slow down, reverse, and even cure Parkinson's. So today I'm going to take you through a mindfulness yoga session. And in mindfulness yoga, we're going to start to bring the attention really into the body, so we're moving mindfully. So I'm going to be doing some breath work to start to invite some deep breathing, which really helps to settle the body and mind. We're going to be doing some meditation, which calms everything down, and a visualization, which cultivates good feeling. So I really hope that you benefit from this mindfulness yoga, especially during these times when there's some high levels of anxiety. So there's less focus on how the posture should be, and there's more focus on how it feels in the body. So without any judgment or any judgment around how you think it should be, and more about just feeling into the body. So by practicing this mindful yoga, we can start to alleviate anxiety. And with that in mind, we're going to come to start standing. And if you just give me a second, I think I just saw someone popping up. So let me just make sure that they are in. So welcome if you've just joined us. We are going to start standing, and then we're going to come to lie down on the mat. But if that isn't comfortable, I have a chair here which you can come and sit into. So a really warm welcome from Parkinson's Care and Support UK. I'm Charlotte Khan. I'm going to be taking you through some mindfulness yoga for Parkinson's. So let's begin. So come to a standing position, and I just wanted to kind of loosen up and do a bit of a warm-up before we get down onto the floor. I know a lot of us are seated a lot more because we are at home, so just bringing a bit of movement back into the body. So we're going to come into a pose called mountain pose. So to do this, bring the feet hip distance apart, and then just take a moment to really feel the feet into the earth. So in mindfulness yoga, we bring the attention into how the body is feeling. So just think for a moment about the roots of a tree. So the roots of the tree grow downwards into the earth for the tree to grow upwards and outwards out of the earth. So in the same way, our feet are our roots. So imagine the feet are pressing downwards into the earth to help us grow tall through the spine, through the sternum, and out through the crown of the head. So just take a moment to bring the attention into the feet. Can you feel if maybe the toes are pressing more down than the heels? Are you leaning more to the right side of the body, or are you leaning more to the left side of the body? So by bringing that awareness into the feet, can you start to maybe equalize out right and the left, the front and the back. And then working our way up our trunk of our body, coming into the belly. So we're going to engage our core by bringing the belly button towards the spine and upwards. And by pressing the soles of the feet into the earth and engaging the core, can you start to feel length through the upper body? And then at the same time, start to bring the awareness into the shoulders. And notice if your shoulders are lifted really high up to the ears, can you start to bring the shoulders down, away from the ears? So the shoulder blades are sliding down the back. Imagine there's a string pulling up through the crown of the head, which is lengthening your upper body even more. So grow an inch taller. And then bring the attention to the chin. Notice if there's a slight tuck of the chin, so the chin becomes parallel to the earth. And although we're just standing here, notice that when we stand mindfully, so bringing the attention into the feet, the belly, the length in the spine, the length in the head, the shoulder blades sliding down the back, the whole body is active. And I guess that's why they call it mountain pose. So we're standing tall, we're standing strong, we're standing like a mountain. And then just bring the attention to your breath. So not forcing any breath, just your natural inhale and your natural exhale breath. So are you breathing deeply or are you breathing shallow? Is your breath short or is your breath long? And just noticing it without any judgment or attachment, but just noticing your breath. And then start to bring the attention to your mind. And noticing if there's any thoughts fluttering in the mind. And often when we come into these more still poses, we can notice the mind is still racing. And again, noticing it without any judgment, but bringing the attention back to how does it feel when you inhale and how does it feel when you exhale. To just start to slow down what's happening in the mind. And then from our mountain pose, we're just going to start by bringing the left ear down to the left shoulder. So I'm mirroring you here. So can we bring the left ear to the left shoulder? And it's a sideways lateral movement. And then bring the attention back into the shoulders. And if the shoulders have raised up to the ears, can you bring the shoulders away from the ears? So the shoulder blades slide down the back. And then how heavy can you make your head? Can the head get even heavier to the left shoulder? Staying here or lengthen away the right fingertips so the right arm is pointing on the diagonal. So now there's one long line going through the arm, through the neck, and out through the crown of the head. And then just taking a couple breaths here, just your natural inhale and your natural exhale. And I always find this one amazing because it makes me realize how much tension I hold in the neck. And then coming back through center, just lower that arm to the floor. And then we're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And once again, it's a sideways movement, so a lateral movement of the head. And bring the awareness into the shoulders. And if the shoulders have hunched up towards the ears, can you start to bring the shoulders down the back, away from the ears? And then how heavy can you make your head? And then stay here or lengthen away the left fingertips. So the arm is pointing on the diagonal. So there's this one long line through the arm, through the neck, and out through the crown of the head. And then taking some breath here, but your natural breath. So not forcing anything, but can your head feel even heavier? And that just intensifies the stretch. And then coming back through center. From here, we're just going to raise the shoulders up towards the ears and then drop them down. So we're shrugging the shoulders up to the ears and then just releasing them down. Couple more of these. Shoulders up to the ears and bring them down. Shoulders, shrug them up to the ears and drop them down. And then the other thing that we work on in mindfulness yoga is this idea of acceptance. So never pushing any of the poses or anything we do today into any pain. So just taking it where the body is today. So we're cultivating this idea of self-love, acceptance, and nourishment. So with that in mind, inhale the arms out, parallel to the earth. Maybe there's a slight squeeze of the shoulder blades. And then we're going to start to wrap the arms across each other and then give yourself a massive hug. And then as the hands reach back, can you see if maybe the fingertips can reach towards the shoulder blades? So just taking a couple breaths here, giving yourself this massive hug, and at the same time, we're giving ourselves a good stretch through the back of the body. And then just take note of which arm is on the top. And then inhale the arms wide open. Parallel to the earth, maybe there's a slight squeeze of the shoulder blades. And then bringing the arms back across the body, give yourself a massive hug, but this time the opposite arm is on the top. And as the fingertips reach towards the back of the body, can they reach towards the shoulder blades? And just stay in here for a couple breaths while I just let this next person into the meeting. And if you've just joined us, welcome to Parkinson's Care and Support UK Mindfulness Yoga. And then from here, open the arms really wide and then drop them down to the body. So coming into, from our mountain pose, we're going to step the left foot back a step. So now there's a feet's distance between my front foot and my back foot, but my feet are on train tracks. So we're not on a tightrope, we're on train tracks, and the knees are pointing in line with the toes. So we've got this nice long line with knees and toes. From here, we're going to start moving by transferring the weight into our front foot and then back into our back foot. But we're going to do it mindfully. So as you move the weight, transfer the weight into the front foot, feel that whole of the front foot. How does it feel when the weight moves into that foot? And then with the back foot, maybe start to peel the back heel from the earth, coming onto the ball and the toe of the foot. And then as you start to move the body back in space, bring the weight, transfer the weight into the back foot. How does that foot feel as the weight comes into that side and start to peel the toes and the ball of the front foot off the earth? The heel of the foot remains on the ground. And we're just going to move really slowly, transferring the weight into the front foot and then into the back foot. And then noticing what's happening with the breath. And just bringing the attention back to your natural inhale and your natural exhale breath. And then the next time the weight moves back in space, continue with this, or as we move forward, transferring the weight into the front foot, lift the opposite arm in the air. So this is my left arm that's lifting into the air, it's the opposite arm to leg. And then as you bring the weight into the back foot, lifting the right arm into the air. So taking this really slowly and bring the attention into the body. So as you lift the arm, how does it feel in the shoulder? And as you place the foot down into the floor, how does it feel transferring the weight into one side of the body? And then just doing one more round of this. And when you finish this last round, bringing the arm down beside the body and just picking up the back foot and placing it back. So now both feet are parallel, hip distance apart. So before we move on to the other side, we're going to do this clearing breath. So bring a little bend into the knees. The knees are still tracking in line with toes. And this time, we're going to inhale the arms into the air and they're going to come down through the middle of the body. And the invitation is to breathe out of the nose or breathe out of the mouth. And I like this one because energetically, as we breathe out, it's also an opportunity to let go of anything you don't need anymore. So pushing out the breath and also energetically letting go. So to do this, bring the arms down beside the body. We're going to inhale the arms slowly up into the air, reaching through the fingertips. And on the exhale, let there be a slight bend in the knees. Exhale out the nose or exhale out the mouth as the arms come down through the center of the body. Inhale as you reach wide through the fingertips. Lift the fingertips into the air. And on the exhale, moving through the center of the body. Slight bend in the knees, pressing out anything that you don't need. Last one. Inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, just pressing the arms through down the center of the body. Slight bend in the knees. And then bring the arms back to the sides of the body into your mountain pose. And just take a few moments to just feel into the body. Noticing any changes in your breath. Noticing any new feelings in the body. And welcome if you've just joined us to Parkinson's Care and Support UK. This is a mindfulness yoga class. I'm Charlotte Khan. So from our mountain pose, this time we're going to step back the right foot. So there's a foot's distance between my front foot and my back foot, but my legs are on train tracks. So they're not on a tight walk, they're on train tracks, and that just helps with our balance. So we're going to start moving from transferring the weight into the front foot and then into the back foot, but we're just going to do this really slowly. So as you bring the weight into the front foot, how does it feel with all the weight pressing down into that front foot? And maybe the back heel peels off the earth. And then moving back through the center, transfer the weight into the back foot. And then maybe peeling the ball and the toes of the front foot from the earth, but keeping the heel grounded onto the earth. And then start to move between transferring the weight into the front and into the back. And noticing the natural inhale breath and the natural exhale breath as you move. And then the next time you move back to the back foot, that when we move into the front foot, we're going to lift the opposite arm into the air. So this time it's my right arm, so opposite arm to leg. And then as you move towards the back foot, raising the left arm into the air. And as we start to transfer the weight forward and back, just notice how does it feel in the shoulders as you lift the arm? How does it feel in the body as you bring the weight into one side? Has it changed the breath? And then making this your last round. So the next time you transfer the weight back, drop the arm and just bring the right foot back. So now the feet are parallel once more. We're back in our mountain pose. And from here, we're just going to swing the arms. So a slight bend in the knees. And we're just going to swing the arms back and forth. And can you make the arms feel heavy? So taking the effort out of the pose. And maybe there's a little bounce in the knees if that feels good for the body. And just a couple more of these. And make this your last round. And then before we come down onto the floor, we're just going to shake out the hands. So can you shake from one side, through the centre, and to the other side. And then coming back through centre, and then back to one side. And then just dropping the arms down to the body, just tuning in once more, feeling any new sensations, any heat we've created, any energy. And then we're going to slowly and carefully come down to the floor. So your options are come to sit in the chair, or if you're going to come down to the floor, very, very carefully, so using a chair or wall to help you, coming down one knee at a time, and then bring the hands down onto the earth. Come to sit onto the side of the body, and then coming to slowly lay down onto the earth. So if you're on the floor, bring the whole back of the body onto the earth and the arms out wide, with the knees bent, feet are flat on the floor, hip distance apart. And just stay here for a moment. And if you're sat in a chair, can you bring the bum halfway down the chair if possible, so your back is not being supported by the chair and you're lifting the back through the core. Bring the feet hip distance apart with the knees over the ankles tracking in line with toes. Bring the palms of the hands onto the thighs with the shoulders sliding down the back. So just start by bringing the awareness into how the body feels when you're lying on the earth or sat in the chair. So really start to bring the awareness of the body being supported by the floor. And if you're sat in the chair, feeling the floor underneath your feet. Does the head feel heavy? And then start to just bring the attention to how you're breathing. Is your breath deep? Is your breath shallow? Is the breath long or is the breath short? So part of mindfulness yoga is using the awareness of the breath. So we start to tune into the body and notice, how does it feel when I inhale? And how does it feel when I exhale? And we use that to start to bring us into the present moment. And that's more challenging than ever. But we can't control what's happening in the world around us, but we can practice to bring a little bit of calm into our inner world. So just take these next few moments to notice what is happening in the mind. Do you have lots of thoughts fluttering around? And just noticing that without any judgment. And just start to bring that awareness back to, how does it feel when you inhale? And how does it feel when you exhale? And how does the body feel against the floor and the chair? So noticing, are there any parts of the back which are not touching the earth? Are there any parts of the feet that are pressing more down than the other parts of the feet? And then from here, we're going to do a breath exercise called the 3-part breath, to just start to invite breathing deeply. So by breathing deeply, we oxygenate the blood, And that just brings nourishment through the entire body. So to do this, bring both hands onto the belly. So if you're lying down or sat in a chair, just bringing both hands onto the belly, just underneath the belly button. And just start to bring awareness to the palms of the hands onto the belly. And as you breathe in, notice how the belly gently raises up into the palms of the hands. And as you exhale, how the belly starts to soften. So as you inhale, feeling the belly as it starts to rise into the palms of the hands. And then on your exhale, feeling the belly start to deflate as it moves away from the palms of the hands. And just noticing, is your breath smooth? So not forcing the breath here. So making the breath as smooth and natural. And just doing a couple more rounds like this, feeling the belly rise and fall with the natural rhythm of your inhale and your exhale. And if thoughts start to flutter into your mind, that's okay, that's natural. But just bring the awareness back to how does it feel when your belly rises and your belly falls into the palms of the hands. And then from here, keep the left hand onto the belly and move the right hand onto the rib cage. So it's onto the right rib cage. So we just did the first part of the three-part breath. And now we're going to do the second part of the three-part breath. So on your next inhale, how does it feel when the belly rises against the left hand? And then can you also feel the slight rise of the rib cage into the right hand? And as you exhale, feel the rib cage start to lower and the belly start to soften. So as you inhale, feeling the belly rise into the left hand, and then the rib cage lift into the right hand. And as you exhale, just noticing how does it feel into the palms of the hands as the rib cage lowers and the belly softens. So just doing a couple more breaths like this, just noticing the natural rise of the rib cage and lift of the belly on the inhale, and the natural lowering of the rib cage and the softening of the belly on the exhale. And once again, just tuning into that quality of your breath. So not forcing the breath here, just using the natural inhale and the natural exhale. And then from here, keep the right palm of the hand onto the right rib cage. And take the left palm of the hand and place it on your chest in the middle underneath your collarbone. So your left palm of the hand is on the chest in the middle underneath the collarbone, and the right palm of the hand is still onto the rib cage. So we've done the first part, we've done the second part. So this is the third part of the three-part breath. So on the inhale, just notice the natural rise of the belly, the lift of the rib cage, and then can you feel the gentle lift of the chest of the sternum into the left palm of the hand. And as you exhale, just feeling that slight lower of the chest, the lowering of the ribs, and the softening of the belly. So as you inhale, feeling that expansion of the belly, the lift of the rib cage, and the slight lift of the chest into the left palm. And on the exhale, let the chest naturally lower, the ribs lower, and the belly soften. On the inhale, breathing into the belly, into your ribs, and into your chest. And on the exhale, just feeling that gentle lowering of the chest, the ribs, and the softening of the belly. Let's do one more of these. As you inhale, feeling the belly as it fills, the natural lift of the ribs, and the lift of the chest. And then on the exhale, just let the chest lower, the rib cage lower, and the belly soften. And just bring the arms by the body, or by the body by the chair. Let the palms either face up if you're on the floor, if that's comfortable. And just take a few moments to just feel into the body and noticing the breath. And noticing any changes in the body after doing our deep 3-part breath. And then from here, we're going to start to bring a bit of movement into the body. So we're going to start with the head. So bring a slight tuck of the chin, and that just lengthens the back of the neck. So there's a nice long lengthening through the back of the head and out through the crown. So we're going to start moving the head to side, but before you move anything, just bring the awareness into the movement. So we don't want to move through any pain. And just noticing any limitations of movement without any judgment. So once again, we're just cultivating that idea of acceptance and self-love. So from here, we're just going to turn the whole head to the right shoulder. So if you're lying on the floor or sitting in the chair, just turn the head to look towards the right shoulder. But once again, not moving through any pain. Taking it to wherever you are in the body. And then lifting the head back up. We're moving through center. And this time, making sure there's that tuck of the chin as you turn the whole head to look towards the left side of the body. And then moving the head through center, we're going to turn the head to move all the way to the right side of the body. And just tuning into the body and not moving through any pain as you move back through the center of the body. And then moving the head towards the left side of the body. And then coming back through center. So we're going to do this a couple more times, but just noticing the breath. So what's happening to the breath as you move the head, as you turn the head to the right side of the body? Is the breath shallow? Is the breath deep? Moving the head to the middle and turning the whole head to look to the left side of the body. And then noticing what's happening in the mind. Are the thoughts fluttering? Coming through the middle, moving the whole head to the right shoulder. And just noticing any thoughts in the mind without any judgment. And then turning the head through center. But can you bring the awareness back into the body? How does it feel as you start to turn the head towards the left side of the body? And then bringing the head back through center. And then from here, bring the arms down beside the body with the palms flat on the floor. So if you're sat in the chair, the arms are just down beside the body. And then we're going to slowly raise both arms into the air. How does it feel in your shoulders as you raise the arms into the air? Does the back start to raise from the earth? And then as the arms move up in front of the chest, we're going to start to move the arms backwards, but only taking it to where feels good in the body. So bringing acceptance and non-judgment to where you think the pose should be, and just taking it to where it feels good in the body. So maybe the arms go all the way back, but maybe they're still lifted away from the earth. And then from here, we're going to start to raise the arms again. And then lowering the arms down towards the earth. And then from here, we're going to start lifting the arms into the air. So if you're sat in the chair, the arms are lifting so they become parallel to the earth. And noticing, how does it feel in the shoulders as you lift the arms? And then without any judgment or attachment to how the pose should be, bring the arms behind you. Maybe they stay here, or maybe the arms lift above you if you're lying on the ground, or above you by the ears if you're sat in the chair. And then from here, bringing the arms back overhead and laying down by the earth. And we're going to do one more of these. And continue, if you're lying on the floor, to start to raise the arms up into the air. Keep lying on the floor, and I'm just going to come to sit in the chair, just to show you around in the chair. So lifting the arms up. The arms are parallel to the earth. How does it feel in the shoulders as the arms are raised? And maybe staying here, or maybe lifting the arms into the air. What happens to the back of the body as you lift the arms into the air? And once again, removing any attachment to how it should be, and just bringing yourself into the body on how it feels. So not moving through any pain. And then slowly start to lower the arms down. So the arms come back beside the body. And then just take a moment to just tune in once again what's happening into the mind. Where are the thoughts? And bringing the attention to how does the body feel sat in the chair, and how does the body feel against the earth? To start to just invite that bit of calm into the mind. Just practicing that mindfulness. So from here, we're going to raise both arms up into the air. So if you're sat in the chair, the arms are reaching out from the chest, so the arms are parallel to the earth. And if you're lying down onto the floor, the fingertips are reaching towards the ceiling. Can you bring the shoulders into the earth? And if you're sat in the chair, can the shoulder blades come back and down the back? From here, it's just the right arm we're going to move to start with. Can the right fingertips reach towards the ceiling? So the right shoulder moves away from the earth, or if you're sat in the chair, the right fingertips are moving forward. And then from here, slowly start to press the right shoulder back into the earth. And then slowly start to reach the left fingertips either towards the ceiling or reaching the left fingers out in front of you. So the shoulder peels away from the floor. Reach the fingertips towards the earth, and then slowly how does it feel as you start to press that left shoulder into the earth, or if you're sat in the chair, as you press that left shoulder down my back. So a couple more of these. So reaching the right fingers towards the ceiling as you lift the shoulder from the earth, or reaching the arm in front of you, reach forward with just the right arm. And then how does it feel as you start to press that right shoulder back into the earth, or the shoulder blade sliding down the back. And then reaching the left fingertips. See if you can reach for the ceiling or reach forward with those left fingertips. The left shoulder moves away from the floor. And then bring that left shoulder back into the earth. One more of these on each side. So reaching the right fingertips towards the ceiling or out in front, and then slowly start to press that right shoulder blade back down into the earth, and then reaching the left fingers towards the ceiling, or if your arms are parallel to the earth, reach forward with the left fingers. And then how does it feel when the left shoulder presses back down into the earth as it comes down? And then from here, just lower the arms down beside the body. So if you're sat in the chair, the arms just come down beside the body. And can you make the arms heavy? So really let the earth support the arms. Or if they're down beside the body, can you just let the arms feel heavy beside? And then from here, bending into the elbows. So if you're in the chair, just bring the elbows by the body. So we're just going to move through a few, bringing the hands into a fist, so tensing the fist, and then just releasing through the fingers. So if you're lying on the floor, just have your elbows bent, and just bringing a few movements through the fists, and then through the fingers. And staying here if you're lying on the floor, and I'll just demonstrate sat in the chair. So bringing the elbows by the body with a bend in the elbows, just bringing a fist and an extension into the fingers. Just doing a couple more of these. And I'm just going to come back down to lie on the floor. And then make this your last one. And then from here, we're going to slowly start to bring one knee in towards the chest. And I will show you how to do this sat in the chair. So just start to bring one knee in towards the chest, and maybe taking hold of, maybe it's the back of the thigh, maybe it's the knee, maybe it's the shin. And just bring that knee in towards the chest. If you're lying on the floor and you want to take a deeper stretch, you can extend the left leg if you want, or keep that left knee bent and bring that foot flat onto the floor. So we're going to move through a few flexes of the foot. So we're flexing the ankle joint, and then we're pointing the toes. So just move through a flex and a point of the ankle. Staying here if you're on the floor, or if you're in the chair, just start to extend one of right leg, and you can bring the hands onto the chair to help with more balance, or you can keep them onto the palms, and just start flexing and pointing the toes. So from here, start to rotate the ankle. So we're still on the same foot. So just rotating the ankle joint. And once again, just checking in what's happened to the breath. So is your breath shallow, or is it deep? Is your breath short, or is it long? And as you move this ankle joint, just notice how the body might start to change as you bring the awareness back to the inhale and the awareness back to the exhale. And then from here, slowly start to move the ankle in the opposite direction. So just slowly oiling that ankle joint. Noticing what's happening in the mind. And then using that awareness of how does it feel in the inhale and how does it feel in the exhale to just slowly start to bring yourself back into the present moment. And then from here, just dropping that right sole of the foot to the earth. And if you're in the chair, just bring the right foot back to the earth so the right knee is now over the toes. And then bringing the left knee into the chest, maybe taking hold of the back of the thigh, maybe the knee or maybe the shin. And if you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can start to straighten the right leg. But once again, just taking whatever feels good in the body. And we're going to move through a flex and a point of the left toes. And staying here if you're on the floor. And if you're in the chair, just lengthening out the left leg this time. Hands are on the side of the chair or onto the palms of the hands or onto the thighs. And just start pointing and flexing into that foot. But bringing the awareness back into how does the ankle feel when you flex and point? What is it doing to my leg? How is it affecting the calf muscle? So when you point, does it feel different from when you flex in the leg? And then from here, on the floor, in the chair, just slowly start to rotate the ankle joint in one direction. And then rotating the ankle joint in the opposite direction. And then slowly start to bring that left sole of the foot onto the earth. So if you're sat in the chair, bring the sole of the foot back to the earth. So now both knees are over the ankles, tracking in line with toes. So from here, if you're lying on the floor, we're going to just bring both knees into the chest this time. So just hugging both knees, maybe the backs of the thighs, maybe the knees, maybe the front of the shins. And just feeling how it feels into the back of the body as you bring both knees in. And if you're sat in the chair, so staying there if you're lying down. And if you're sat in the chair, just hinging yourself a little bit forward. So we're just bringing a little bit of this kind of hugging of the legs, bringing the body towards the legs. So just taking a few breaths there. And then from here, bringing both feet back onto the floor if you're lying down. And if you're sat in the chair, just hinge the upper body back up. And we're going to bring both arms by the head. So if this isn't comfortable for you, sat in a chair, you can keep the arms down beside the body. But just for a moment, we're just bringing the tips of the fingers to the back of the head with the elbows pointing out to the side. So we're going to windscreen wiper the legs. And to do this, I'm just going to turn my body slightly so you can see what's happening with my legs. So with the feet parallel, once again, take it very slowly with no attachment to how it should be. Just let both knees drop over to the left-hand side. And maybe both knees don't completely touch the floor, and that's completely okay. So we're not moving through any pain. So noticing any limitations of the movement without any judgment. And as you go back through center, let both knees roll over to the opposite side. And we're just going to windscreen wiper the legs. So the legs are moving like windscreen wiper a couple times to the right and left. So staying there if you're on the floor. And then if you're in the chair, as much as feels comfortable, the arms can stay here, but that's quite a lot of work in the arms, so they can just come down to the body. Just slowly let the legs just rock from side to side. And you're rocking the whole legs, it's just a very gentle movement. And just doing a couple more of these. So if you're lying on the floor, the arms are by the head, if that feels comfortable for the body, and we're just rocking the legs from side to side. And then we'll make this the last one. And then just bring the knees back through center so the feet are hip distance apart. And if you're sat in the chair, just bring the palms of the hands onto the thighs. And just for a moment, if you're lying on the floor, keeping the tips of the fingers to the back of the head with the elbows out wide. And the invitation here is for everyone to close down your eyes. So can you visualize for the moment that you're lying under a beautiful blue sky? And you are lying in somewhere outside, somewhere really comfortable, safe, and wherever that place is for you. So maybe it's a garden, a beach, a meadow, a park. Whatever springs to mind, just imagine you're either sat or lying wherever you are under a beautiful blue sky. And if any thoughts arise in the mind, can you imagine they are just clouds passing by, evaporating into the atmosphere? And wherever you're sat or lying, there's a really beautiful warm glow coming from the sun. And as it pours down on you, it's filling your whole body with warmth. And from here, we're going to move into our final relaxation. So if you're lying on the ground, the arms can come down by the body with the palms facing up. The feet can stay flat on the floor, or maybe you want to extend the legs. If you're sat in the chair, could you get a little bit more comfortable? Maybe the back of the body can start to be supported by the back of the chair. So taking any option that feels good for you. And then just closing down the eyes. So just taking a few moments in our relaxation to bring the awareness back into the body. So bringing the awareness to the feet. So if you're sat in a chair, how do the feet feel onto the earth? And if you're lying down, are your feet flopping out to the side? Do the feet feel heavy? And then moving your awareness to the calf muscles in the legs. Can you imagine that warm golden light from the sun starting to move through your feet and into your calf muscles, melting any tension, tightness, or holding? Start to let that warm light fill up into your thigh muscle. Can you bring the awareness to the top of the thigh, the sides of the thigh, the bottom of the thigh? If you're lying on the floor, how does the thigh feel against the earth? And if you're sat on the chair, how does the bottom of the thigh feel against the chair? Can you imagine softening that muscle? Imagine it even sliding away from the bone. Start to imagine the hip joint having smooth surfaces, and you're pouring that golden light from the sun into the hip joint. And imagine the hip joint being loose and free. Start to move the awareness into the lower back. How does the lower back feel on the earth? Or how does the lower back feel as you're sat in the chair? Feel that warm golden light spreading through the lower back. Feel it as if it's coming up from the earth. Start to feel the connection of the back of your body onto the ground, or feeling how does the back feel against the back of your chair. Move the awareness up to your shoulders and the shoulder blades in the middle of the back. So how does the back feel against the earth, and how does the back feel against the chair? Start to move your attention to the front of the body and experience that feeling of the belly breath. So how does it feel in your belly as you inhale, and how does it feel in your belly as you exhale? Start to feel that natural rhythm of your breath into the front of your body. So feeling the movement of your chest and of your ribs and of your belly. So noticing the natural rise and the natural fall of the whole front of your belly. Be aware of your shoulders, and can you imagine the shoulders softening? So if you're lying on the floor, can the shoulders soften into the earth? And if you're sat in the chair, can the shoulders soften down the back? Be aware of your neck and your throat. Maybe swallow to relax in the throat. Move your attention to the face and the facial muscles. Clench the jaw and let go. Let your teeth become apart and let the cheeks fall away. The brow is clear and smooth and the eyelids are heavy. Frown to release in the scalp. And then start to bring awareness into the entire body as you let this light, this warmth, blood into your body, and warmth creating around your heart. Just taking a few of your natural breaths here as you move deeper into stillness and deeper into peace. And then slowly start to become aware of any sounds you hear. Sounds within the room you're in, or maybe sounds outside of the room, in your flat or house, maybe in the garden or the street. Start to become aware of any smells. Can you taste anything? Slowly bringing the awareness back into the body. feel the breath once more. So feeling your inhale and feeling your exhale breath. And we're going to start to invite a little bit of movement back into the body. So very gently start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Maybe rotating your wrists. And just tuning into your body here. What is it your body's calling for? So maybe it's staying right here. Or maybe it's extending the arms overhead and giving yourself a big stretch. And then if you're lying down on the floor, we're going to very, very gently come up to a seated position. And we're going to do this stage by stage. We'll just start by bringing the knees into the chest and rolling over to one side. And then from here, using one hand and then the other hand to press yourself up to a seat. So the options are to stay seated on the floor or come to sit in a chair. If you're sat on the floor, you can bring the back against the wall if that feels more comfortable. You can extend the legs with the bend in the knees. You can bring the soles of the feet together with the knees out wide, or you could come into a cross leg. Or you come sat in the chair. So taking the option that's right for you today. Wherever you are, bring the palms of the hands onto the thighs and close down the eyes. So we're taking these last few moments to once again invite that bit of calm into our inner world. And then very, very gently start to just slightly lean the upper body back a little bit. So the upper body, if you're sat in a chair, might lean more against the back of the chair. And if you're sat down, just let the upper body just lean back just a tad. And with the eyes closed, imagine you're leaning into someone or something you love. So that could be a person, or it could be a beautiful tree. And as you do this, bring a smile to your mouth. And then the invitation is to take your smile with you for the rest of your day and the rest of your week. So we'll do one last big breath together. So peeling the eyes open, we're going to inhale the arms into the air, bring the palms together, and then bring the hands down in front of your heart, into your heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me today on World Parkinson's Day. We would really love you to like the Parkinson's Care and Support UK Facebook page. And if you haven't already, please join the Parkinson's Care and Support UK Exercise Hub on Facebook, because they're posting some really amazing free video content which gives you lots more exercises to do, more yoga. There's some full chair yoga classes as well. And we will also be posting about more events like this. So thank you again. If you have any questions, any comments, any feedback, I would love to hear them. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful week. And thanks again, guys. I hope to see you again soon. I'm Charlotte Khan. Have a good evening.